Now, let's say, for example, you are in your final fat loss phase, right? How do you know if you have reached your goal weight? Now, I always say, I want to try and explain this in a way that is easy to understand, right? Now, we always have that certain number on the scale as the ideal goal weight. I know I did in the past as well. And I was like, and I think I speak under correction, but I think it was 65 because that's what one of the online calculators said, right? And that was my initial goal weight. But how do you know if you have reached your goal weight, right? For me, it's always, not always looking at that number on the scale and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, right? When the cost of further weight loss outweighs the benefits of you losing more fat, then I would say that you've reached your goal weight, right? And what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 kilograms left to lose because you're working towards a specific number that an online calculator told you, but it's causing you more stress, it's causing you more mental fatigue, it's causing you more emotional stress, it's causing you to say no to things that you want to do, then I would say that you've actually reached your goal weight, right? So for example, if I put that into perspective, I currently weigh around 72 kilograms. If I had to continue pushing to get to that goal weight of 65 kilograms, right? The cost of that from a mental perspective, the cost of that from an emotional perspective, the cost of that from creating memories with my family, my friends, my loved ones, the cost of that is so much more than, actually reaching that goal weight at the end of the day. I don't know if this is making sense, but when the cost of further fat loss outweighs the benefits of losing more fat, we need to have a look at it and say, you know what, I have potentially reached my goal weight. And your goal weight isn't a specific number. It's where you can maintain that number without fully restricting absolutely everything, right? So let's say, for example, I push to get down to 65 because that's the goal weight I have created in my mind. I'm going to have to say no to things like I mentioned, the family lunch that I went to on Sunday, right? There's certain things there that wouldn't have aligned with the goal of getting to 65 kilograms. I would have to say no to an ice cold beer after a form of activity on a Sunday afternoon. I'll have to say no to a slice or two of pizza on a Wednesday night. I'll have to say no to going out for a couple of beers and a burger on a Saturday, right? So again, the cost of getting to that 65 kilograms is going to be a lot more from a mental perspective for me, right? So again, I always say your goal weight and the end of your fat loss phase is something that you can maintain in a healthy and manageable manner, right? So again, if it's going to cost you more mentally to get to a specific goal weight, and it's not going to bring about any more health benefits, then I do believe that you've reached your goal weight, and it's a weight that is sustainable, but allows you some sort of, I want to say, freedom. Maybe that's not the right word, but you don't necessarily need to over restrict absolutely everything to maintain that goal weight, right? So again, it's something to have a look at. If you're on the final phase of your fat loss expedition and you've got a couple of kilograms left to lose, and it feels like it's causing you more mental stress, more emotional stress, it feels like you have to say no to absolutely everything. My question always is, okay, cool, if we reach that goal weight, how much is it going to cost from the mental aspect to maintain that goal weight, right? So again, you'll see on paper, my goal weight would have been 65. I'm currently at 72, but I know at 72, it's maintainable. I'm still eating healthy foods 80% of the time, but I'm allowing room to have those fun foods so I can spend time with loved ones, so I can go out, so that I can enjoy this thing called life without being overly restrictive, right? So again, that's always something to have a look at when we are chasing those last couple of kilograms that we do want to lose, right? A lot of the times we've reached our goal weight without even knowing it, right? So your goal weight for me, or the end of your fat loss phase, should be something that, doesn't cause you more stress, right? And it is something that you can maintain without being overly restrictive at the end of the day. I hope that made sense.